the areas that they believe can be amended, or the areas that believe it's a repetition, or the areas that need expansion or better definition, so that we are on the same wavelength. That's a crucial document that we believe that we can take it through your normal processes. And hence, we felt that it needs to be brought to attention. The third area is what we call stakeholder engagement or consultation. This involves literally every stakeholder in the sector. Education, for example, they've already moved to say people who are selling food inside the school premises and outside the school premises must stop. There's also a public pronouncement that we must shut down all the informal settlement, the informal shops or sponsorship shops, if you want to name them, and then we must start a process of re-registration. There is a view that we just need to put up a consultation process, because some of the recommendation that came from the meeting yesterday was that from the 1st of December, we need to start the re-registration process. The provincial government, through the Department of Economic Development, have a process. But we didn't want to make such public pronouncement if we don't have capacity at local authorities to start the process of re-registration, because we need to agree whether the province is going to do it on our behalf, if it's done at municipal level, what kind of documentation that is needed for that purpose, for that process to be executed. But our view was, we can't go and make such public pronouncement when the sector itself is not consulted. And we need to find a way of consulting role players in this particular sector. Amongst the role players, obviously, there's an association of informal traders, each and every community have, because our consultation is not with the people that are selling them alone. It's also with communities, churches, all institutions that need to be consulted, that we need to put up a consultation process. Then the fourth area, which is very, very difficult, is law enforcement. That immediately after we've gone through all those processes, there need to be law enforcement, which include raids, include all these particular things, removing those that are not legally registered, and all those particular processes. And there is a suggestion that we start on the 1st of December with those kind of arrangements. And we're of the view that you can't until we've put all the necessary procedures, but most importantly, that we are quite convinced now that we've got the resources, the capacity, and the law enforcement agencies were given that particular task to lead us in terms of enforcement if we agree with the relevant enforcement processes that we need to do. Then the last aspect, which is the continuous coordination of this kind of meetings. We are meeting with the relevant MMCs every Saturday, 6 o'clock. We've agreed that because it's an emergency, we'll meet every Saturday, 6 o'clock, to take stock of the processes that I've just outlined to you. And on the basis of that, we'll then be in a position to know where we are with all these issues. That's basically why we felt that we should be here, to develop a province-wide uniform approach on this matter, develop a registration process that suits all of us, adopt the regulations or laws that suit all of us, then put a consultation process of consulting with the relevant stakeholders. And the last aspect then will be in a position to have law enforcement agencies assisting us to deal with these issues. So within that context, we felt that let's bring everyone under one roof so that we don't have the challenges that we had with an online meeting when people are asking us, why have you called us, why I'm in the meeting, when they were at the tail end of the meeting. So we felt that if all of us are here and all of us agree to this process, then we'll be in a position to take a decision that suits the province, and then we'll start the communication aspect of notifying our stakeholders and our people. So we want to ask Health to be ready so that they present that full report, and then we'll take, who was presenting those bylaws, MEC Mamabulo? Head of Legal at COCTA. And then we took, is it HOD economic development, MEC Maile, on the registration, and then we will then take the communication strategy and take the law enforcement agencies, and then we'll open up for discussion and way forward. Are we fine? Are we okay? Can we take it that way? Anyone that has question of clarity and other thing? Okay. In the absence of anything, let me just take health. As I say, health is giving us what we call a base document. It's just outlining the areas in which, why are we here and the situation at hand. And immediately after that, then we'll take the bylaws and take economic development, take the communication strategy, take the police, and then we'll then develop a way forward. I want to call Department of Health, Lisiba. Oh. Are you ready, Lisiba? Okay, okay. Yeah, let's give Lisiba an opportunity to come. Thanks, Lisiba. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, Premier, MECs, MMCs, and colleagues at large, and all protocol observed so that I manage time. As soon as it's flighted, I'll start. But safe to say, Premier, that the incidences that involves food has been with us as a province since January. There are several incidences that have been revealed, over 400 of them. Premier, we are of the view, and based on the discussion, the preparatory technical meeting that we had this morning with the DG, that I think is important that we also report in this meeting that the numbers that we are presenting could be an underestimation of the problem itself because of how these incidences are reported, how they transmit themselves, and how communities engages with health systems. And so an example of making the point is that the major symptoms that are related to this incident will only happen if people will have